I have just seen the Formula One movie, so let's freaking talk about it. So, the Formula One movie is on its way, and as someone who loves Formula One in myself, I've been very, very excited for this movie. This was in my top 5 most anticipated films of the year. I have been waiting for this ever since last season. When I was watching Formula One last season, we knew this was coming out. They shot while the season was going on. So we got to see some little snippets of what was going to happen. But I've been so excited for this. Trailers looked great. And as a Formula One fan, I wanted this to work so badly. I really, really did. And it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It went past what I was expecting. I love this film. Absolutely loved it. Now, you don't need to be a Formula One purist. You don't need to be a Formula One fan to enjoy this film. I think if you're just a racing fan, I think you'll like it. I think also just a regular person who just likes movies will enjoy this film. Now, if you are someone who is into Formula One and watches Formula One constantly, you're going to get more out of this film than just a regular person would. Like, for instance, there's a joke in here about Drive to Survive. Me and my friend, we cracked up at it. Obviously, we're Formula One fans. We cracked up at that joke because there's this running meme and joke throughout the Formula One community about Drive to Survive. And when it happened, we were laughing. No one else in the theater did. So I was kind of like, okay, that went over their heads. They didn't get the reference. But there's a lot of things like that where you will pick up little references here and there. So that is going to be happening. But look, the movie itself, wow, the way it's shot, absolutely phenomenal. Like the cinematography, I mean, it's the person who did Top Gun Maverick. Why are we surprised that they're able to produce this level? Like the shot, the cinematography, unbelievable. You felt like you're in the car. You felt like you were watching it on board cameras and everything. It was just absolutely phenomenal. The wheel to wheel racecraft that they were able to create in this film was fantastic. I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. Formula One every single week is not like that. I'm telling you right now, it is not as dramatic as that. That just take that with a grain of salt because the cars are too big and it's hard to overtake in most tracks and stuff like that. But hey, they made it entertaining. They made Formula One look absolutely stunning. So I really, really love the cinematography. The score is amazing. Han freaking Zimmer. He is just, he's one of the best of all time. Like the guy just nails it. The sound design is incredible. I saw it in IMAX. Oh man, that sound was just hearing the engines was just so good. But like, I think the thing that I really truly love about this film as well is the fact that they got someone like Lewis Hamilton involved. Like Lewis Hamilton helped produce this movie. He was very hands-on in here as well. You know, there's a little interview there with Brad Pitt and stuff where they're talking about Lewis's involvement and how he was listening. He's like, no, that's wrong. That's this turn, not this turn. You need to change this and that. And him being able to basically bring Formula One to the screen in a way where it's not 100% real. Like the stuff, like take it with a grain of salt. If you're a Formula One fan, you know some of this stuff is not realistic to the sport. It's not going to happen. But having Lewis Hamilton in there to be able to do that, you can really see the passion coming through and how accurate they can get it while also making it a very dramatic movie that will encapsulate the general audience. Now, the characters. The characters in the story, I love the story and I love the characters. You know, you have these two characters who are pitted against each other in Sonny, who is Brad Pitt's character, who is a has-been, who's been there, done it before, you know, and now he's back again. There's a whole story and narrative with that character that you really love, but it's this experienced character. He really reminds me of a more of like a Fernando Alonso person, where he's like experienced, he knows what he's talking about. He's really, really good at that. And then you have the rookie, the inexperienced rookie who is, you know, driven by money and fame. And what happens when you have that character in Pierce meeting someone like Sonny, where he's like, why is this guy in here? I'm the number one driver. Like, what's going on here? And the character arcs that are going, because you hate Pierce at the start. Like, I hated Pierce at the start. I was like, I don't like this character at all. But as you get towards the end, the young head starts to realize the knowledge that he can absorb from the person who's been there and done it before, who understands the cars. I love that aspect and how they came together and they went from being individuals to being a team. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I really, truly loved that and loved the story of Sonny Hayes because it is about him and it's also about the team owner as well, the guy that runs it, and his connection with Sonny Hayes, and how that's all built upon and everything like that. And you can really feel the stakes in this movie. You really truly do. And I think that is something that is very, very hard to do when you're doing a movie like this. You've got to add in the stakes. Now, the thing that I do like what they did is they didn't make it as if this team's ambition was to win the title this season. And I like that because then that becomes really unrealistic. If you're a Formula One fan, we know how unrealistic that is to just come in and just be like that. So I love that they did that. But there's another purpose to this team and to why they go and do what they do. And I love that. Now, the opening is awesome as well. You know, the whole start with when Sonny gets introduced, thought was absolutely fantastic. I love how the pit crew are also characters in the movie as well, because a lot of people just, you know, we focus on the drivers, you know, the team principals and the strategists and stuff like that. But the pit crew doesn't get enough credit to how good they are. And I love that this movie gives shine to them and just how difficult their task is and how they have to be perfect. Because if they're out by just a tiny margin, they lose seconds. And seconds in Formula One is like the difference between finishing first and finishing 10th. Like, that's the small margins, man. Like, half a second can be the biggest difference. And I love that they got spotlight here and they gave them character and they weren't just this throwaway piece in the movie. No, they got, you know, light shined on them. And I love that aspect. I think this was just an incredible movie. The way that they were able to bring this to life, to shoot it and give the cinematography like that, it was just absolutely beautiful. And the performances were great. The performance is great. Now, there is a love storyline in here as well that I was like, it is what it is. I thought the jokes were great as well. There is some comedic relief in here that I thought was funny, hilarious, and brilliant. And like I said, if you're a Formula One fan, you're going to get a lot out of this. I think Formula One fans will probably love it a lot more than the regular fan base will, like just normal moviegoers, just because of the connection in that. Like, that, like, everyone's in it. You know, all the drivers are in here. They get the Crofty and all that are in here as well. So I think they did a really, really good job at bringing Formula One to the big screen for everyone to enjoy. So, yeah, I loved it. Let me know what you guys thought. If you have seen Formula One, I want to know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe, and peace out.